Hello again, everyone. This is Brent Locklear along with... Hello, everyone. This is Brent Locklear coming to you live from Piedmont, Alabama. Beautiful facility. And, Connor, it's going to be exciting time here at a second game of a doubleheader. It's just everything you want in a baseball field here. Field of Dreams.
Yeah, that's right, Brent. It's kind of a different setup than what we expected it to be. Typically with these area games, you know, you'll have the first one. The first one was supposed to be last night. Obviously, we got rained out. But what they'll do is they'll split it. They'll play one game. Like the first game was supposed to be at Piedmont last night, and they played two more at Pleasant Valley, and one would be an area game, the other would be a tiebreaker game. They started doing that a few years back. But since we got rained out, we just found out that both of the area games are going to be here tonight at Piedmont. So Pleasant Valley will actually be the home team for this game, and they're going to try to get in that tiebreaker game at Pleasant Valley tomorrow night. So a little bit different than what you typically see, but based on that first game, Brandon, his 6-2 score, a little closer than Coach Blanchard for Piedmont may have wanted it to be. Pretty impressive pitching performance out of that little lefty that Pleasant Valley had, and made some great plays out in the field as well. And they held the Piedmont bats in check after the third inning, because they scored their 6 runs. 3 in the first, 3 in the second, so they did a good job defensively. Struggled with the bats a little bit. Of course, Peyton Witten pitched the first 4 innings, their ace pitcher, and he shut them down. Didn't give up a hit. And Luss came in, pitched the last 3 innings, gave up a few hits, 2 runs. So Pleasant Valley looked to get the bats going a little bit more here in the second game.
Yeah, Pleasant Valley really came out and scrapped really well. We didn't, they didn't give up. They scrapped out a run off of Tyler Lusk on no hits as they kind of battled their way around the base paths, and ended up only losing 6-2. Coming into this game tonight, they were 0-2 in the area, as Piedmont's 2-0. So now Piedmont 3-0, Pleasant Valley 0-3. So it's a big game tonight for Pleasant Valley. If they're going to have any hopes of staying alive at all, they need to win this thing tonight, and then win their 2 final games. I believe that's going to be at Welborn, and possibly with 3-3 can maybe sneak into the playoffs. So they're sort of fighting for their lives. In Piedmont, with the record of 3-0, Weaver's 2-0. Of course, we don't know how they're faring tonight against Welborn. So that's kind of a game over there to see who's going to stay in the race and who's not. Yeah,
and like we were talking about earlier, Brent, we covered that Welborn Weaver game, the second game of the doubleheader on Saturday for that Weaver Spring Break tournament. So we've actually had the chance to see all 4 area teams for this particular area in the last 2 games. And obviously Weaver was unable to pitch their ace pitcher, and Welborn lit it up on the offensive side, scoring 20 runs. I don't remember what the final score was, but I know they had 20 runs and about 18 hits. So it'll be interesting to see what comes of that series, as I guess they're getting kicked off tonight as well. But it's a big week in the area, second week of area play. So, like you said, Pleasant Valley 0-3, Piedmont 3-0. Piedmont looking to gain some more momentum before they go into that last area series and try to claim another area championship crown. Pleasant Valley looking to build on some of that momentum that they gained that last game. Maybe a little bit smarter on the base paths. I know they made a few mistakes. Could have made the score a little bit closer, but they definitely did okay on the defensive end. They'll look to continue that in this one.
Yeah, White Plains will be playing at Alexandria. We'll have them on Saturday, which that'll be an outstanding game. If you're going to join us for one, that's going to be one to watch. White Plains is one of the stronger, I believe, 4A teams in the state, and Alexandria, like 20-2, just pummeled people down at the beach this week. Went 5-0 down there, so it's going to be some good baseball here on F&N this week.
Yeah, there's definitely 2 of the most prominent programs over the last 7-8 years in our county, in White Plains and Alexandria. Of course, Alexandria played in the state championship a few years back and lost to UMS Wright. White Plains made a couple of deep playoff runs, and they both have great teams again this year, particularly Pleasant Valley. I think you said they're ranked number 1 in 5A. Is that correct?
Number 2 in 5A, the last rankings that came out, but they haven't lost since the beginning of the season. So.
Yeah, and they had a good showing in that Gulf Shores Spring Break tournament as well. I think you said they went 5-0. So they got a stud in Dalton Cobb. I know he transferred from Sachs in my senior year, which I graduated in 2011. He was an 8th grader starting shortstop for Sachs, so he's got all kind of experience under his belt. And he's obviously leading them this year, but they always have a talented bunch out there in the Valley.
Well, let's take a break right now, and we'll come back with more pregame comments as we get ready for the Piedmont Bulldogs against the Pleasant Valley Raiders here from Piedmont, Alabama.
Have you got the new car itch but don't want to take the plunge with a brand new car? How about getting the most car for the money at Avery Auto Sales? They have a large selection of cars with even some 2014s in the mix. And if you're worried about your credit, don't. They can help get you back on your credit feet with guaranteed approval. Check them out online at AveryAutoSales.net. Then when you see something you like, call them at 256-835-8897 for a test drive. Or just go by. Avery Auto Sales is located on Highway 78 East between Highway 78 and Snow Street in Oxford. That's Avery Auto Sales.
Yes, Mommy's coming over again. Thank you for introducing us.
Of course I love him. And he's never late.
I'm just so happy. He always seems to know the right thing to do. It's not easy to find someone like that. Yes, I'm going to show him the shower. You're so bad. Oh, gotta go. Bye.
For any residential or commercial plumbing needs, call Ted's Plumbing in Anniston, serving Calhoun and surrounding counties since 1985.
The tire, arguably the most important part of a car. Without it, we could not stop, we could not go, we couldn't drive at all. They come in all sizes, brands, treads, prices, and ratings. How do you know which is the right tire for you? Thankfully, there's Cobb Automotive, and they have been answering this question since 1981. With a large selection of brands and sizes in stock, you are sure to get the right tire for the right price. Cobb Automotive, located on Highway 21 across from Walmart in Oxford, and 2001 Quintard Avenue in Anniston.
At RMC, we love serving people in the small towns of Northeast Alabama. The lifestyle, the food, the people. But make no mistake, there's nothing small about the care we provide. In fact, we're a member of the UAB Cancer Network and have the Blue Distinction Award for cardiac care and are rated in the top 5% in the country by the Commission on Cancer.
It's not about the size of the town.
It's not about the size of the town.
It's not about the size of the town.
It's about the strength of our regional health system.
Oops. Piedmont, Alabama, with a beautiful backdrop. You can see the mountains off to the right. Their beautiful scoreboard in center field. The Pleasant Valley players have gone down the left field line. They're warming up. The Piedmont players are warming up. We're probably 3 or 4 minutes away from action, and it's going to be the second game of a Class 3A Area 12 matchup between the Piedmont Bulldogs and the Raiders of Pleasant Valley. And so, building off that first game, you got to wonder the number 2 pitching for Pleasant Valley versus the number 2 pitching for Piedmont.
Yeah, I'm kind of curious to see how Piedmont plays this. Like we talked about, Whitten was pulled after 4 innings last game, so you got to wonder if they don't plan on him having another appearance in this second game, and Lusk threw 3, so they might try to split the work between those two again in this one. I think I've seen that done before. I'm not exactly sure what the pitching rules are as far as amount of innings and eligibility for the next game, but I would definitely look to see those two come back out on the mound. And for Pleasant Valley, we've got Elijah Borders starting on the mound in this game. Let's see, that was Caden McCurdy that pitched last game for him, I think, the lefty. Had an impressive performance. I mean, he gave up 3 runs in the first inning, 3 runs in the second inning. That was before me and you even got here, Brant. So while we were here, he didn't give up any runs. And, of course, he had some good defense behind him, particularly from left fielder Hunter Beatles. We'll talk about him more in the broadcast. He made 2 just extraordinary diving catches out in left field. And, I mean, his defense played well behind him. I was probably a shock to most people watching the game, and probably a shock to Coach Blanchard of Piedmont as well, that they were held scoreless for those last 4 innings. Of course, they only got to bat 6 innings because they were the home team. But I'll definitely be curious to see how Piedmont uses their pitchers in this game if they don't use Whitten and Lusk or bring somebody completely different in. And also curious to see what Elijah Borders can bring to the table for the Raiders.
Well, we've got a little bit of time here. Let's go through the starting lineup for the Pleasant Valley Raiders. The second baseman, Nick Howard, will be leading off. Center fielder will be Chris Emerson batting second. Elijah Borders, the pitcher, batting third. Drew Lewinsky, the shortstop, he'll be batting fourth. R.J. Simpson, the third baseman, batting fifth. Hunter Beatles, the left fielder we talked about earlier, making some great plays out in the field last game, saving about 3 runs himself, will be hitting in the number 6 spot.
With an interesting number at 88.
Yes.
I told you when he came up to bat that last time, when he made that last play out in left field, we were trying to figure out what number he was and what his name was. And I said, I think he's 88 because I'd seen him bat the inning before. And tall, lanky kid, I mean, pretty easy to pick out on this Pleasant Valley team. And sure enough, when he went out to the dugout, we saw that he was number 88, so it's kind of a different number to have for baseball. But yeah, he'll definitely we'll be looking to see him make some more big plays in this game. And we don't have Piedmont's lineup just yet. Go ahead and finish, Brown. I don't think you finished the lineup.
Yeah, batting 7th will be the right fielder, Nick Odell. And then the catcher, Drew Bonds, batting 8th. And Caden McCurdy batting 9th, playing first base. And when you look at some of the rankings across the state, some of the area teams, you see Piedmont in the Class 3A numbers. They're just outside the top 10 in 3A. They were 8-6 in this poll, and they've won a couple of games since then. So you can say they're somewhere around 10-6 on the season, but a lot of good baseball teams in our area. You've got Alexandria ranked number 4 in Class 5A. Of course, Oxford was up there earlier in the season, but they've lost a few games here of late and kind of dropped out of the polls. And I'm trying to think, Wellborn to me and Weaver are two teams that are kind of on the edge if they've got their good pitchers going. But one thing you can say for sure is the Wellborn Panthers can hit the baseball.
They can. They proved that on Saturday night. We were comparing. Of course, we had the first game with Wellborn and Randolph County. We got to see Wellborn again against Weaver, and they were just a completely different team at the plate. Of course, some of that had to do with the pitching. The pitch that Randolph County brought in was he kind of pitched it. Wellborn's weaknesses, what we thought were their weaknesses, but they really hit it all over the field on Saturday night. And we were just talking about yesterday when we were out here to try to call this game before you got rained out, how important that series is this week. I think most people expect, Piedmont to sweep through this area, although Pleasant Valley will have something else to say about that tonight in the second game. And really, since Pleasant Valley is now 0-2, they got swept by Weaver the first series. I think that Wellborn-Weaver matchup is really going to be important. I mean, based on who wins those two games, and even the tiebreaker game that could come down to being who gets that number 2 spot if Piedmont were to win out and win the area championship like most people expect them to.
Looking ahead to our game, White Plains and Alexandria. If you look at White Plains on the season, looking at their numbers, 15, 16 wins already. I'm not sure why they're not in the rankings themselves, but they have a record certainly worthy of that. And Alexandria, you got to wonder Saturday going there, both teams that have used up a lot of their pitchers into that Saturday contest, how that's going to come out. It could be one of those 18-16 slugfests.
Yeah, and typically, for those of you who don't know, I played baseball at White Plains 2009, 2012 through 2011. And the matchups we would have with Alexandria would either be at the beginning of the season before area matchups. So we would typically play pitch our number 3 or 4 pitcher. And we also played them my junior and senior year between the end of the season and that first round of the playoffs. Just kind of like a game that the week of the first round of the playoffs, we would play them just kind of like a practice game. And I mean, obviously, we wouldn't throw our ace pitchers. We might throw a couple of innings, but it was just kind of, to stay warm and get that game experience. So I'll definitely be looking to see that again on Saturday. I'm sure they're both playing area games this week, so we'll probably see, number 3 or 4 guys in the rotation. But we'll probably see a lot of hitting, put it that way, from both teams on Saturday. I'll be looking forward to that.
Well, the scenery's all set. It's a beautiful park. The grass is just so green. I was talking with, the Piedmont coach before the game, wanting to know if we could go out there and sit down and have a picnic out there on the grass. It looks so inviting, but it's still a little bit wet from the monsoon that they had here for about 20 minutes yesterday, and I mean, it poured.
I know, and you come out here, Brand, you see these facilities, you just wouldn't believe it was a 3A high school team out of Alabama. I mean, it looks like community college or, maybe even some Division I schools. I mean, it's just an unbelievable setup here. I think they put all this in place between 2011 2012 school year, put the new turf in and the new home side on the football field, which we can see out here on the outfield wall, which would be a good place to watch a game, honestly. If it was packed for a playoff game. I'm sure they had people sitting up there at the top of the stands watching from below. And just the brick, all the matching brick around here for the football press box, and it's just unbelievable. And of course, you got the jumbotron out there at the football field, and then this
beautiful scoreboard,
super nice scoreboard, that shows the runs for each inning. As you can see there on the screen, it's just, does it get much better than this facility-wise here in Piedmont, Alabama?
No, it has to be the best scoreboard in the area by far. And I see the umpires have come out, and we're going to be about ready to start here in just a little bit. So we'll take one last little short break here, and we'll come back and be ready to start this game between the Piedmont Bulldogs and the Pleasant Valley Raiders.
You still don't get.
Oops, had a fender bender? Have them tow it or take it yourself to Wesley's Paint and Body. Baker Reynolds and his guys have been this area's go-to team for quality automotive body repair and paint work for years. All makes and models, foreign or domestic. They take them crashed and make them look like new. And with Wesley's larger new facility, including 2 full-size paint booths, they can get you fixed up fast. Always free estimates, best price on repair work, insurance claims welcomed, and service with a smile. That's Wesley's Paint and Body, Highway 78 East in Anniston.
It's slow buffering.
Common sense here. Oh, hey, Doc. Your monster seems a little slow.
Well, I powered him with the internet from the phone company.
You need Cable One high-speed internet. It's 10 times faster than DSL.
DSL. Burn!
Cable One high-speed internet.
It's monstrously fast.
Being a doctor, I know the symptoms of a heart attack. To experience them yourself is something completely different. When I woke up with severe pain in my arms and chest, I hesitated. When the pain persisted, I chose RMC. Thanks to RMC staff and Dr. Yamamura, my bypass surgery was a success. It's comforting to know we have quality doctors right here in Calhoun County. Regional Medical Center, advanced technology, advanced care.
Have you got the new car itch but don't want to take the plunge with a brand new car? How about getting the most car for the money at Avery Auto Sales? They have a large selection of cars with even some 2014s in the mix. And if you're worried about your credit, don't. They can help get you back on your credit feet with guaranteed approval. Check them out online at AveryAutoSales.net. Then when you see something you like, call them at 256-835-8897 for a test drive. Or just go by. Avery Auto Sales is located on Highway 78 East between Highway 78 and Snow Street in Oxford. That's Avery Auto Sales.
The umpires are meeting behind home plate with the Piedmont coaches, and Beetle's ready to play out in left field. I just still watching him out there. He's still hustling around and got a cannon for an arm. One of the best left field plays we've ever seen in the last two innings of that game with earlier tonight between Pleasant Valley and Piedmont.
Yeah, and they'll look to continue that defensive play here behind Elijah Borders. And if you're Coach Hamby, I'm sure this isn't the ideal setup for him, having to play the second area game at Piedmont, playing the first 2 area games there, and then playing kind of a meaningless tiebreaker game at what they're expecting to play at Pleasant Valley tomorrow night. But, hey, if you're going to play anywhere else besides your home field, might as well be here with this setup.
Yeah, I'm not sure why you would do that if you were Pleasant Valley. Give up that home doubleheader tomorrow. You're going to play one game anyway. You'd think you want to go ahead and play it on your field, but
I think they may be expecting it to rain again tomorrow, because whenever I talked to one of Piedmont's assistant coaches, he made it sound like they were going to try to get it in tomorrow night. So It didn't sound very promising. So that may have been why they went ahead and tried to get both games in tonight, even with both of them being here at Piedmont.
Well, the game only comes into play too if the two teams end up on a tie in the standings, and right now Piedmont 3-0, Pleasant Valley 0-3. Doesn't look like that's going to be a real possibility. So tonight they're fighting for the lives, the Pleasant Valley
That's
Raiders.
right. And we don't have Piedmont's lineup just yet, their batting order, but based on watching them that last game, I think I can pretty much go ahead and tell you, this Blanchard that's going to be leading the game off, and he was followed by Lusk and Peyton Witten, Easton Kirk, and then McCord, Hayes, and then it gets kind of fuzzy after that 7, 8, 9. I think they like to rotate that anyway, so I haven't marked it down yet. But, yeah, it'll be Bailey Blanchard starting the game off for the Bulldogs.
He walked off the field after the state championship basketball game the Friday night and took his first swing on a Saturday afternoon in the county tournament, hit a line drive single into right field. So he looks like he's ready to go. The pitch to Blanchard. Looks like it's going to be a little outside, ball 1.
And I remember reading that paper on that Sunday for the county tournament and seeing some of those guys that play basketball for Piedmont in the paper getting base hits and stuff. I was like, I can't believe that. How do you go, from playing on the basketball court to going on the field and getting hits just like that?
Pitch was low in the dirt, ball 2. 2 balls and no strikes to Blanchard.
But a lot of multi-sport athletes here, with Bailey Blanchard being one of those.
Blanchard takes it on the knees for a strike. 2 balls and a strike. Borders gets a fastball right where he wanted it. The 2-1 in the dirt. Gets away from the catcher. 3 balls and a strike. If you're Pleasant Valley, you don't want to get the leadoff hitter on.
No, he's got some big bats behind him for sure that can knock him in. Of course, that's when they scored all their runs the last game was in the first 2 innings, so the Pleasant Valley tried to prevent that.
Borders delivers with a line drive down the left field line, goes right over the top of our cameraman and disappears into the night. 3 balls and 2 strikes.
And it wasn't that Piedmont didn't have some good at-bats in the first game. Like we said, I mean, making plays out in left field and the infield, they really backed up their pitcher and made some great plays.
Looping fly ball, center field. That ball is going to drop for a base hit. Blanchard takes a big turn at first. Center fielder juggles it around, backed up by the left fielder. They get it back in, and Blanchard leads off the top half for the first inning with a looping single, and the Bulldogs have the leadoff batter on.
Yeah, and that's what happens when you get behind if you're a pitcher. Borders got down 2-0, had to catch up, got it up to full count, but Blanchard was able to sit on a fastball there and bloop it out there in between shortstop and center field.
Let's see if the Bulldogs test catcher Drew Bond's arm. Blanchard gets a nice lead from first. The bunt is off. It's popped up straight in the air. Going to be over by the Piedmont dugout foul. Strike 1, not what he wanted.
And you know the base runners for Piedmont are glad they're facing a right-handed pitcher this time because he was for him again. McCurdy, the lefty for Pleasant Valley who started the last game. Those are hard to run on at first base. Nice. Yeah, he's over there playing first base right now, which is unusual as well for a left-handed first baseman.
Yep. No balls and a strike. Squares to bunt again, Lusk does. Takes it for a strike 2. Now he's got himself in an 0-2 jam. As a coach, you want to get that bunt down early. I used to have a lot of problems with bunts myself in college.
Yeah, bunting was never my favorite thing. I always kind of struggled with that as well.
Here's the 0-2. Just misses.
Good miss by Borders. 0-2 count. You don't mind missing out there on the outside corner, especially with that breaking ball.
Ball and 2 strikes. Let's see if they send Blanchard now. He's edging off, doesn't go. Again, a little curveball, outside corner. Just misses in the dirt. It'll be 2-2.
Nice job by Lusk holding off on that one. You can kind of tell he wanted to go after it, but he's a real patient hitter.
Throw to first. Back in time is Blanchard. Pretty good move by Borders. As the moon peeks its way up in the sky. Beautiful moon tonight, almost a full moon. Just a beautiful place to watch a baseball game. Pitch to Lusk, low and outside, throw down as Blanchard goes. He's going to be in there with a stolen base. And the Bulldogs get that runner down to second. Meanwhile, Lusk has worked the count to 3-2.
Lusk now the full count. Got Blanchard out on second base. Of course, they'll be looking to get a base hit, but if anything, he can at least hit a ball over the right side and send Blanchard to third.
Shortstop holding him on. Ball 4 outside. And the Bulldogs have runners at first and second with nobody out.
And that's certainly not the way you want to start it off if your Borders on the mound with Peyton Witten, the number 3 hole hitter, and the rest of the middle order coming up behind him. They can all really swing the stick.
Trouble brewing here in the top of the first inning for the Raiders. Borders looks at second, fires to the plate, a bunt up the first base line. It's going to be tough. The second baseman can't get there in time, and he doesn't. And he beats it out for a base hit.
Just a perfect bunt by Witten right along the first base line. First baseman came up. He would have been safe either way. I think, of course, the second baseman wasn't able to get there in time. So, not a great start for Pleasant Valley. Got bases loaded, no outs, with Easton Kirk coming up to bat.
Easton Kirk steps in with the bases loaded. On that last play, too, the runner at second baseman was holding the runner on second, so he had a really hard time getting to first to cover the bag. Here's a line drive, deep right field. That ball's going to be over the right fielder's head. It's going to roll to the fence. 1 run scoring, 2 runs scoring. They're going to hold the other runner at third. It's a stand-up double for Easton Kirk and 2 RBIs, and the Bulldogs jump out 2-0.
And as soon as he hit that ball and our heads turned out there to right field, I couldn't believe how close in the right fielder was playing. I mean, you got to realize
he couldn't either, I think.
Who's up to bat. Not that he would have made a play anyways, playing from a normal position, but he was scooted up way too far. And looking at him again now, he got Hayes, another lefty up to bat. He's going to pull it over that way. I still think he needs to scoot back a little bit more, as these Bulldogs have a lot of power to that side of the field.
Second and third, nobody out. Taylor Hayes, the lefty at the plate, is going to take it outside. 1 ball and no strikes. Bulldogs trying to break this thing open early. takes a pretty good lead at second. High, ball 2 outside. Looks like Borders starting to struggle a little bit now. Trying to find the plate. Third baseman playing back deep. First baseman on the edge of the grass. Ball inside, goes to the screen. Not a whole lot of room behind home plate here, and the Piedmont players know that.
And that's a padded backstop we have here, so it's not going to bounce off like those brick backstops we saw at Weaver on Saturday. But Witten played that one smartly. Not really worried about trying to score on a pass ball here. Up 2-0 on third base with no outs. I'm sure he trusts his teammates can knock him in.
3-0. Runners at second and third. Hayes probably going to be taken. We'll see. Takes it low. Ball 4. The bases are loaded.
And not the worst thing that could happen there. You got runners on second and third with first base open. So with that walk, the bases will be loaded with McCourt coming up to bat. But now you got to force anywhere. Ball hit up the middle with the turn 2. Anywhere else, maybe try to turn double play. But let's see if they try to play their infield in here. I doubt it. But I mean, you could also have a play at the plate as well with no outs.
You're only down 2. You'd probably an infield if you got a good infield combination, you might play them back a step or 2 and try to get 2. But you certainly don't want to play too close to second and give the. You got the second baseman is playing in and the shortstop deep, which doesn't make a whole lot of sense.
Yeah,
they both either need to be up or back because got the corner on the knee. Strike 1.
McCourt is a guy we only saw him bat a couple of times in the first game, but he hit the ball hard. That was one of the plays that Beatles made out there in left field. Would have been a base hit most any other day.
Just missed. 1 ball and 1 strike. Yeah, your shortstop is deep. If the ball's hit to him, his play is going to be to second. But the second baseman is playing in on the grass. I'm not sure he can get back over there to cover the bag. So he has to come in so he can go ahead and make the play to home plate if you're the shortstop. Or either back the second baseman up so you can go in the middle. 2 balls and a strike.
Borders just got to throw some strikes, make him put the ball in play, give his teammates a chance to back him up.
McCord sitting on that fastball, missed it at the knees, swing and a miss. 2 balls and 2 strikes.
You can tell he wanted that one. 2-1, bases loaded, no outs.
Feel the air over here. He uncorked a vicious swing.
Trying to clear the bases with that one.
Looks like he's got some powerful arms. The 2-2 curveball, line drive, hit up the middle. Shortstop's going to cut over and get it. Step on second for 1 out, but a run scores. And the Bulldogs lead 3-0.
And he didn't even act like he wanted to throw to first, but I can't believe what he's. I mean, that was almost an ideal ball to take and turn a double play.
Second,
unassisted double play. And I guess you got to wonder what was on his mind there. I don't know if he thought that McCord was going to beat the ball that easily, but based on where we're sitting here, I thought he could have had an easy double play.
3-0 Bulldogs jumping out early. It's low and in there. It gets away. The runner on first base. McCord is going to scamper down to second. We'll get runners at second and third again. Derek Baer in the box for the Bulldogs. 1 ball, no strikes. Here's a shot to the shortstop. Throw to first, way up in the air. Kind of rainbowed that thing over there for a second, but the runner scores from third, and the Bulldogs open up a 4-0 lead.
Yeah, he kind of lollipopped it over there.
Sure
not wanting to make a mistake with runners on second and third. Now we got 2 outs. Pleasant Valley would love to get out of this one with only giving up 4 when it could have been a few more.
Bulldogs got a runner at third. Ryan Atkins, the batter, takes it low, 1-0.
And Borders has really struggled with that. The first couple of pitches, getting behind batters, allow Piedmont to be patient and really sit on those fastballs and hit them hard.
Swing and a foul tip off the screen. Good cut as Ryan Atkins is trying to put the Bulldogs up 5-0. Outfielder, right field shading him a little bit to the right field line. Big gap in right center. Left fielder's playing him straight away along with the center fielder. Little chin music there inside. 2 balls and a strike. Bulldogs number 8 hitter Atkins stepping in. 2-1. Ball gets away from the catcher. The runner's going to try to score, and he does. He gets in.
Good jump by McCord to get that 5th run of the inning for the Bulldogs. That one just went off the catcher's glove, one that he should have caught, and rolled back just slowly enough to where McCord could get a good jump and score.
5-0 Bulldogs, opening up a lead. There's a line drive hit into left field. It's going to get past the left fielder almost, but he kicked it with his back leg and kept it from going past him. Atkin takes a big turn at first and comes back, and the Bulldogs' number 9 hitter steps in the box. And that's Darnell Jackson.
Yeah, we were talking about before this game while we were watching the first one, Darnell Jackson wasn't on the roster for him. And I don't remember him actually playing baseball for them the last couple of years. I know he plays football and basketball, so you got to wonder if he just didn't make a last,
minute decision
to play baseball. I think it's his senior year. I've seen that before. Guys who played multiple sports. Maybe Coach Blanchard was able to convince him to come out here. Good athlete.
Swing and a miss. Strike 1. No balls and a strike. Piedmont with a win could go 4-0 and go a long ways towards assuring them of at least a state playoff bid. Got the outside corner, strike 2.
Borders coming right at Jackson now. Should be 0-2, right?
Yeah, Borders got a pretty good fastball. I thought he called that a strike. Scoreboard doesn't look like it's correct. Just missed outside.
One of the few times he's been able to get ahead of hitters so far in this first inning, so he'll look to retire Jackson and send his team into the dugout and get the bats going.
1 ball, 2 strikes. Got the fastball, strike 3. The inning is over. Piedmont 5, Pleasant Valley 0. We'll be right back.
This is a national healthcare alert from the Health Hotline. If you, a family member, or a loved one suffers from knee pain and have Medicare as your primary insurance, we've got great news. You could qualify for a pain-relieving knee brace at little or no cost to you. Get free delivery, and all the paperwork is handled by our accredited suppliers at no charge to you. If you're on Medicare and have knee pain, don't wait. You may qualify to immediately receive a pain-relieving brace at little or no cost. Call the Health Hotline right now for details toll-free at 877-798-5734. Friendly agents are standing by 24/7 to help you. We also have other pain-relieving braces available for shoulder, ankle, and your back. You may be eligible to receive these items and more at little or no cost to you as well. Call right now for details toll-free at 877-798-5734. Please remember this number, 877-798-5734. Our friendly representatives are standing by now to take your call. Please call us right now at 877-798-5734.
Piedmont leading Pleasant Valley. If it looks a little strange, we are at Piedmont, but Piedmont is the visiting team. They're throwing out their lefty Taylor Hayes, and last year he finished the season with 29 straight scoreless innings and came on into this season and kept that streak going until he got 30 1/3 scoreless innings. So the left-hander is a nice compliment to Peyton Whitten, the right-hander.
Yeah, and lefties are just so hard to face anyways, and as we're watching Hayes here, got a lot of velocity behind his ball, can throw a breaking ball for a strike. Pleasant Valley's going to have their work cut out for him in this one as they look to get it going here with Nick Howard, the second baseman, leading the bottom of the first off for him.
Number 16, Nick Howard.
Howard got a little bit of pop. He's seen him hit the ball to deep right field a couple times. Pitch by Hayes, down the right field line, foul. Umpire makes a stab at it, try to stop it.
Howard coming out aggressive, swinging at that first pitch, in it hard over the right side, maybe a little bit behind it as he'll adjust to Hayes' velocity in this one.
Umpire says he has no more baseball. Somebody get me some. As he motions towards the Piedmont bench. Hayes with the 0-1. Fouled off to the left side, headed right for our truck. And I believe it did hit our truck or a box or something over that way. You could hear it bang.
Good job by Hayes getting out ahead of the leadoff batter, fouling off 2 balls. If you're Howard, you just got to continue to battle at the plate. Try to put something in play. Definitely don't want to strike out here to start the game off.
Howard, second baseman for the Raiders. He's going after that first pitch. Swing at the first two so far. Here's the 0-2 by Hayes. Fastball, swing and a miss, strike three. One out here in the top half of the first inning.
Yeah, he just burned that one bomb on the outside corner. You'll see that one a lot when a pitcher's up 0-2. Throw that fastball hard right on the corner. Maybe not usually that close, but Howard went for that one as Hayes is able to retire him in 3 pitches.
Emerson steps in. He likes to hit the ball at the middle a lot. Hayes, though, so far hasn't thrown a ball. Good pitch. Got a good quick motion. That's tough when left-handers are coming around at you like they have that quick motion and that ball gets on top of you in a hurry. No balls on the strike. Do a curveball in the dirt, 1-1.
And we can already tell why he was able to throw, what was that, 31 scoreless innings.
Yeah.
Throws a lot of strikes. Doesn't seem like he's going to walk many batters. That makes a big difference.
Ball low, 2-1. You know, the one thing about a left-hander versus a right-hander is the spin on the ball. That always used to throw us off and used to take us about one time around through the order before you get used to the ball spinning differently.
It does, especially with a guy that's got velocity behind it like Hayes does.
Fastball, got the knees. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Weather's cooling off quite nicely here tonight. Beautiful baseball weather. 2-2 pitch, popped it up. Headed towards our trailer again. Down the right side. Just misses it.
And they've fouled a few balls off, haven't been able to put one in play so far. First 2 batters, I know it. You can just kind of tell they're behind it. Trying to, like you said, Brant, it may take one time through the order.
Ball inside, backs him off the plate. Full count. Raider batters hanging in there. They played a lot of tough ball games this year. Haven't had a lot of wins, but they're certainly fighting every single pitch. Swing and a miss. Got him on a low ball.
Just continuing to throw strikes. Got a little bit of a bind there. And 3-2 count. Comes back to the fastball. Throws it for a low strike on the outside corner. 2 strikeouts to start the game off for Taylor Hayes.
Elijah Borders steps in.
12, Elijah Borders.
Pitcher for the Raiders. Goes to right field. Pretty good stick. Their number 3 hitter. Low and outside, 1-0.
And facing a good pitcher like Hayes for the Raiders at the plate, just can't afford to swing at bad pitches.
Ball in the dirt, 2-0.
Borders has done a good job of staying off those low balls so far. Just got to hit what he gives you. Make him work. Don't make it easy on him because he's going to throw strikes. You just got to be ready to swing the bat.
The 2-0. Swing and a miss on the outside. Catcher throws the ball into center field. On the throw back to the pitcher. Counts 2-1.
Yeah, I'm sure that grass is still wet out there in the outfield just from yesterday. And anytime you see it hit the grass, he'll be trading out balls.
The 2-1 by Hayes. Got it past him again. Strike 2. 2 balls with 2 strikes. Handcuffed him on that pitch.
Yeah, way behind on that one. Borders will have to make an adjustment here. So if I was Hayes, I'd go right back to that fastball and challenge him with it.
He's been keeping it low, too, and he got him on a swing and a miss. Strike 3. The inning is over. We played one. 5-0 Bulldogs.
This internet from the phone company is really slow. We should switch.
It's good enough. I think we can close.
But doctor, it's duct tape.
It's good enough.
Common sense here. You know, good enough isn't good enough. You need the fastest internet you can get, and that's Cable One high-speed internet. It's 10 times faster than DSL.
You know, enough with good enough.
Sounds great, hon.
Cable One, it's just common sense.
Do you owe the IRS back taxes? Are you being threatened with levies or garnishments? Is the IRS investigating or auditing you? Don't call the IRS alone. Let our experts negotiate for you so you pay the IRS as little as possible. If you owe $10,000 or more in back taxes to the IRS, call now and see if you qualify to pay less.
An important message for Americans in need of health insurance. If there's been a recent change in your life, you are eligible for immediate protection under the Affordable Care Act. If you're uninsured because you missed the enrollment deadline, we can help. To get the protection you need, you can visit the Healthcare Exchange and spend hours exploring your options. Or you can make a single call to Health Markets and let us do the legwork for you at no cost or obligation. Health Markets Insurance Agency searches thousands of health insurance plans on the exchange and off from more than 100.
Have you got the new car itch but don't want to take the plunge with a brand new car? How about getting the most car for the money at Avery Auto Sales? They have a large selection of cars with even some 2014s in the mix. And if you're worried about your credit, don't. They can help get you back on your credit feet with guaranteed approval. Check them out online at AveryAutoSales.net. Then when you see something you like, call them at 256-835-8897 for a test drive. Or just go by. Avery Auto Sales is located on Highway 78 East between Highway 78 and Snow Street in Oxford. That's Avery Auto Sales.
As we go to the top half of the second inning, the Piedmont Bulldogs starting the same way they started the first inning as Blanchard leads off.
Center fielder number 8.
He singled and stole second and scored a run his first time up. And the Bulldogs trying to put this thing away early.
Blanchard leading off both innings, both the first two innings for the Bulldogs. The Borders will look to get ahead of him this time as he fell behind, and Blanchard was able to get that single in the first inning.
Pitch to Blanchard outside, 1 ball, no strikes. You know, if you're Piedmont, you're thinking you got 5 runs. You kind of like being the visiting team because that means you get 1 more at bat, and you know they're thinking that in the dugout.
That's right. That's right. They only got to bat 6 times last game. Of course, the way this one's going, I'm not sure if we'll go along that far as dominant as Hayes was in the first inning on the mound.
Struck out the side. Blanchard takes again the outside, 2-1. Blanchard the lefty. Got a good swing. Hits a looping fly ball in the center field. That ball's going to drop in front of the center fielder, and Blanchard now 2 for 2 on the evening as he's setting the table for the rest of the Bulldogs.
A nice swing by Bailey Blanchard. Hit both balls up the middle. Both of his first 2 base hits. Exactly what a leadoff batter's supposed to do. Starting the game off the first inning and the second inning. As Tyler Lusk comes to the plate, he walked his first at bat.
After missing 2 bunts, his first at bat with Bailey Blanchard on first, he then worked the count and ended up with the walk. Throw to first. We're going to see if Blanchard just tries to go ahead and take second this time. Will they put on some sort of a hit and run play? Possibly.
He's getting a big lead over there first.
Here's the pitch. Again, squared around a bunt was Lusk, and he laid off that one. Ball's high, 1-0.
Like he tried a drag bunt there as he's already running towards first base as he's trying to lay the bunt down. Borders didn't give him a good pitch though, so Lusk does a good job pulling the bat back.
Borders got a good little quick fastball. Throws this one outside, 2-0.
And you got to think with Blanchard being so aggressive over there at first base and getting that big lead, it's just it's a distraction for the pitcher. Honestly, Borders seems like he's having a hard time concentrating at the plate here.
Pitching from the stretch, swing and a miss. Looked like Lusk wanted to hold off on that one, but he didn't. 2 balls and a strike. Borders throws to first. Back goes Blanchard. That's the way you're supposed to get back into first base. I was always taught you take 1 step and dive. That's how you get your lead. Got a good lead. Borders delivers to the plate. There's that little bunt up the first base line. The sacrifice accomplished. And Blanchard is on second base.
Lusk does his job there, advancing Blanchard over to second base. Pretty similar looking bunt to what the guy coming up the plate here, Peyton Witten, had in the first inning, but he beat his out. And
yeah, he caught everybody by surprise. And
he did. Yeah, the 3-hole hitter coming up there and laying down a bunt with runners on first and second. But so far, good job bunting here by the Bulldogs.
Let's see if he tries the third baseman this time. Looping fly ball at the right fielder is going to catch it. Here's the tag by Blanchard. He's going to make it to third easily. And a runner on third with 2 outs.
Yeah, it takes 2 outs, but they got Blanchard over the third base as Easton Kirk comes up to bat. Look for the right fielder to back up a little bit more this time as Kirk burned him last inning with that 2 RBI double.
Yeah.
He just blasted it over his head.
Kirk was sitting all over that fastball. Now you also got to worry about the ball getting away from the catcher and scoring a run as well with Blanchard on third. Kirk digs in, standing right on top of that plate. Fastball, line drive into left field for a base hit. Just went out there and sliced it in the left field and picks up his 3rd RBI of the game with a base hit. And the Bulldogs lead 6-0.
And he gets both of his base hits on the first pitch. Of course, shortstop playing a little closer to the middle as Kirk is a lefty, but he's able to hit it hard to the left side, right in that third base shortstop gap for his 2nd hit and 3rd RBI in the game.
Taylor Hayes up, walked in the 1st. Fly ball down the left field line. That ball's going to hook fair. It's going to hit right at the base of the fence. They're going to hold up Kirk at 3rd as Hayes goes into 2nd with a stand-up double.
Hayes swinging on the first pitch, able to hit it hard out to the left side. It looked like a pop-up, but it just kept carrying. And Beatles out there in left field, who we talked about, made some good plays in the first game, just wasn't able to get to it.
And, you know, it didn't slice as much as I thought it was at first. You know, usually that ball kind of slices, but even he got a pretty good lick at it and hit it solid.
Yeah, it looked fairly straight.
Yeah.
Swinging on the first pitch and bounced right out there. What would be the warning track if they had one.
Yep. McCord steps in, reached on a fielder's choice, drove in a run, and scored a run in the 1st. There's a ground ball to the pitcher. Pitcher steps in, slips and falls, fires it to first into the right field fence down the line. The ball's still rolling around. Here comes 1 run. Here comes 2 runs as Hayes scores, and he's going to make it easily in the home plate. Then 2 more runs score for the Bulldogs.
Yeah, and the Raiders went from only giving up 1 run this inning to, in 1 play, having a chance to get the 3rd out there. It looked like Borders just slipped up on like a wet surface from yesterday's rain. Just got up, wasn't able to collect himself, made a wild throw past first base, scores 2 more runs. So just things that can't happen if you're Pleasant Valley and you're already down 6-0.
8-0 as Derek Bear steps in, grounded to short his last time up. High pitch, curveball didn't break. 1-0. McCord on first. Let's see if he tries to steal.
Sometimes as a pitcher, you know, it's frustrating to have errors happening around you, but there for Borders, unfortunately, he has no one to blame but himself on that one. I mean, he just had a hard time getting up and trying to make the quick play. It was going to be a close play at first base, but the ball was probably wet in his hand, just got away from him.
Had a lot of things going against him on that particular throw. When you look at it in hindsight, the best thing probably just sit on it, because then where she has the bases loaded. And
yeah, it's hard to do that though. When you got the 3rd out sitting right there, you just want to rush it and try to get out of it.
Ball in the dirt. 3 balls and no strikes. Bulldogs trying to bat around for the 2nd inning in a row. We have been fortunate to see some bats so far in our games this year, Connor.
Yeah, we have, with Welborn on Saturday and Piedmont here. I know they played in a series last week. Welborn and Piedmont did. And he told me they went 10 innings one game with McChristy on the mound.
Yeah.
And it sounded like a defensive battle in that one.
Throw to first, back in time. Still a little slippery out there. McCord slipping around.
But yeah, both the Panthers and Bulldogs can certainly swing the bat.
Here's the 3-1. Low and outside, ball 4. 2 runners are now on, 1st and 2nd, with 2 outs, and Piedmont 2-out rally going. Gonna get a courtesy runner coming in.
Coming in for Bear, since he's the catcher, he'll get a break.
Let's see. We don't have that number. As Ryan Atkins steps in, he singled his last time up in the 1st inning. Ball inside, just missed. 1-0. Borders throwing a lot of pitches.
Yeah, he's just got to settle down and try to take it 1 pitch at a time. You got to think that error is still on his mind right now that gave up 2 more runs. But
got the corner, 1 ball, 1 strike.
Atkins had a single his last at bat. Base out to left field.
Just a sophomore. Popped it up foul back to the right side. Going to be out of play. On Highway 200 back there, I think. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Atkins digs in. Ball is in and dirty, takes a swing at it. He's going to have to run with 2 outs. Catcher picks it up, fires it to first. In time for the final out. Bulldogs pick up 3 more. It's 8-0 as we go to the bottom of the second.
Who did you let down today? Your wife? Your kids? Well, how about yourself? Take a look in the mirror. If you're tired of your drug and alcohol problem, you need to fix the problem, and right now, before you hurt or kill yourself, or worse yet, somebody else. Call the addiction specialist now at the Reset Addiction Treatment Helpline. 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. We'll find you the right treatment regardless of your financial situation. When you call right now, you'll speak to a recovering addict who understands what you're going through right now. Let us help you break your addiction to drug and alcohol before it's too late. This call is completely confidential and free. So take 5 minutes of your time and call us right now. We're here answering the phone. I promise it'll change your life.
Call right now, 1-877-798-5754, 1-877-798-5754. That's 1-877-798-5754, 1-877-798-5754.
Taylor Hayes making his bid for striking out the side again as we get ready to start the bottom of the second inning. The pitch to Lewinsky, swing and a miss, strike one.
Lewinsky just behind on that one. It's what the first 3 batters for Pleasant Valley struggled with in the first inning, catching up to that velocity of Hayes.
Hayes steps off, looking to the dugout. Little miscommunication between the catcher and the coach. Here's the 0-1, low and in the dirt. Nice stop by Bayer.
I know Lewinsky played running back and quarterback for Pleasant Valley the last couple of years on the football team, so you got to think that he's got some speed if he can just put one on the ground.
Fastball,
try to beat it out.
High and outside, 2 balls and 1 strike.
Just got to try to get something going any way you can if you're the Raiders right now.
Hayes working in a hurry. Throws it. Lewinsky checks his swing. 3 balls and a strike. Swing and a miss. Hayes 3-2. He looks like he's got somewhere to go.
He works fast, doesn't he, Brent?
Lewinsky steps out of the box to slow him down a bit.
He wastes no time.
Swing and a miss on the outside corner. 4 straight strikeouts. Hayes. Raiders have no answer for him so far.
And we got a little bit behind Lewinsky there. I think it was 2-1, but he did that in the first inning as well with 1 batter. But he just continues to throw strikes, coming back, fighting back, and striking the guys out.
4 straight strikeouts as R.J. Simpson steps in. Simpson being told to put his shirt tail back in by the home plate umpire.
Just watching that first game, Brant, with Witten and Lusk, and now seeing Hayes on the mound, what depth they have at that position.
Off speed, pitch in the dirt, swing and a miss. Simpson sitting on a fastball, got a low curve instead.
He was the last batter in the first game. They struck him out with 3 straight curveballs, so they'll look to keep throwing it here.
Got the corner, no balls and 2 strikes.
I don't know if it really matters what Hayes throws right now, honestly. He's got so much velocity on his fastball and his curveball's working. They're going to have a hard time hitting any pitch he's throwing.
Fastball low. 2 balls and 2 strikes. And when you're in the dugout and somebody's pitching like this, the further it goes, the more you get uneasy before you step up to the plate. Swing and a miss. Struck him out 5 in a row.
Yeah, you get kind of antsy because you feel the pressure on yourself to get something going for your team. And when the first 5 batters are struck out for Pleasant Valley, it's you kind of feel an obligation to get on base any way you can for your team.
Yeah, my coach always felt he would help that obligation along a little bit about the 5th or 6th hitter. Swing and a miss again, low and on the knees.
Yeah, he's just in a rhythm right now.
He's throwing aspirin tablets. No balls, 1 strike. Hayes takes a little butt off of it, and he hits a ground ball down the third baseline, does Beatles, likes to take, almost took out Coach Hamby.
Yeah, Beatles was way out in front of that one after Hayes came in with that quick fastball. I think he was expecting to see that again, but Hayes has a nice off-speed pitch.
Here comes the fastball, one would think. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. The inning is over. 6 straight Ks. We'll go to the third.
Listen, if we even think you owe us money, you won't know what hit you. We'll put liens on everything you own. Raid your bank accounts, retirement fund, pension. You'll open up your paycheck and cry because we'll already have the money. We'll haul you into federal court and you might even go to jail. Hey, it's our job.
Don't fight the IRS alone. The Tax Doctor is here to help you negotiate your tax bill and reduce your stress. Our experts will fight for you using IRS guidelines to stop any IRS actions like bank levies or wage garnishments. Plus, eliminate penalties and interest and reduce your past tax bill so you pay the IRS less. Help is here to deal with the IRS to reduce your stress. If you owe $10,000 or more in back taxes, do not call the IRS alone. Call a tax doctor now for a tax emergency analysis.
I'd have my mom call the number on the screen. You come see me alone. We'll work it out. Really, we will.
From Highway 200 in Piedmont, this is Piedmont Baseball. You hear a little Kung Fu fighting song in the background as the Pleasant Valley Raiders go out in the field, and they're going to have to do some Kung Fu fighting if they're going to get back in this ball game, as they're down 8-0, and Piedmont coming up for its third trip to the plate.
Yeah, when you're scoring runs the way Piedmont is, and you got a guy on the mound like Taylor Hayes with 6 straight strikeouts to start the game, you got to be feeling pretty good about your chances. Darnell Jackson come up to the plate now. The 9-hole hitter had the lone strikeout for the Bulldogs so far. Excuse me, Borders has 2 strikeouts, but he'll look to get something going here with his speed. If he can just put something on the ground, have a good chance of beating it out.
Yeah, looks like he could take a shot at that third baseman for Pleasant Valley, but he's creeping in as we speak. R.J. Simpson. With that wet grass, it's a real good time to bunt.
Being a doctor, I know the symptoms of a heart attack. To experience them.
Pitch by Borders, swing and a miss. Jackson having a hard time catching up with Borders tonight. 1-1. Looks like he's dropping his hands a little when that pitch is thrown, and ball outside. 2 balls and a strike. Got a great seat here. We're about 20 feet away from home plate. 2 balls on a strike to Jackson. Popped it foul over to the right side. Lands over there on the hill behind Jim's truck. 2 balls and 2 strikes.
This would be a little confidence booster for Borders if he could get another strikeout on Jackson here. Of course, down 8-0, definitely got his work cut out for him. His team does. Has only to get something going at the plate as well, but if he can get a strikeout to start the top of the third off, it would definitely help his cause.
Now Jackson's got 2 strikes on him now, but when you're the only guy on the team that hasn't been on base, you almost would want to drop a bunt down that third baseline earlier in the count and get on.
Yeah, that's right, especially with the conditions the way they are, like you said, with the wet turf. I'm sure Jackson would be able to beat one out as that ball would die.
Here's the pitch, swing and a miss. Ball gets away from the catcher. He's flying down the first base line, throw to first in time for the out. So Jackson strikes out for the second time, and Bailey Blanchard steps up, 2 for 2. 2 runs scored, stolen base, couple of singles.
I think I'd give Jackson about a 4.5, 4.6 on that 40 he just ran there. He's run plenty of those, I'm sure. He's a standout football player, been all kind of combines. I'm not sure if he actually signed anywhere or not.
Yeah. Fastball high, nice stop by the catcher. Drew Bonds went up and got that thing. He's shaking his hand right now. That was a good fastball. Borders throws. There's a grounder in that same place he slipped a little while ago, but this time Borders picks it up and throws him out. Took a little more time and got the out.
And Bailey Blanchard retired for the first time tonight. He was 2 for 2 with 2 runs before that. Borders does a good job of getting the ball there with the wet surface that he tripped on earlier in the game. Composes himself and makes the throw to first for the second out of the inning. 2 straight outs for the Raiders.
Tyler Luss steps in. Got the outside corner, strike 1.
And if he could go 1, 2, 3 this inning, that'd be a a big boost.
He's almost going strictly with fastballs here this inning. Staying away from that curve. I wonder if that's just an adjustment he's made.
Sometimes when a guy's struggling to throw strikes, the coach will make him go to that. I mean, at least try to force the guys to hit the ball and put it in play rather than settling for walks.
Ball and a strike. Fastball again. Swing and a miss outside part of the plate.
Which is definitely a team you don't want to only have one pitch against, because they can definitely hit the fastballs. They've hit the ball hard tonight.
Once you start figuring that out, you just lay back and wait on it. Another fastball, swing and a miss. Did the job, struck out 2. The top half of the third is over.
Yes, Mommy's coming over again. Thank you for introducing us.
It's going to work out all right, because if they
love
that
him.
fast inning there,
And
another
he's
fast inning here,
never late.
a few more runs.
I'm just so happy. He always seems to know the right thing to
Maybe
do.
we will
It's
meet
not
either
easy
order.
to find someone like that. Yes, I'm going to show him the shower. You're so bad. Oh, gotta go. Bye.
For any residential or commercial plumbing needs, call Ted's Plumbing in Anniston, serving Calhoun and surrounding counties since 1985.
At RMC, we love serving people in the small towns of Northeast Alabama. The lifestyle, the food, the people. But make no mistake, there's nothing small about the care we provide. In fact, we're a member of the UAB Cancer Network and have the Blue Distinction Award for cardiac care and are rated in the top 5% in the country by the Commission on Cancer.
It's not about the size of the town.
It's not about the size of the town.
It's not about the size of the town.
It's about the strength of our regional health system.
8-0 Piedmont leading Pleasant Valley. Class 3A area baseball game. Piedmont looks like they're well on their way to going 4-0 in the area.
Yeah, trying to complete the sweep after beating the Raiders 6-2 in the first game. Got an 8-0 lead here as Hayes has been hot on the mound.
Swing and a miss to Nick O'Neill. Just rearing back and throwing it as hard as he can throw it. And then he snaps off a curve every now and then, and Pleasant Valley really having problems. Another fastball, swing and a miss. Just blows it right past Nick O'Dell.
Yeah, and they have
O'Dell
been
shaking his head.
They've been unable to touch him other than foul balls that over to the right side.
Ball in the dirt. Somebody's throwing like that. That's when you drop a few bunts on him.
Yeah, you got to get somebody on base somehow. He just works so fast, too. It's just hard to catch up with
Hayes
him.
rears back and fires it. Just missed on the outside corner. Yes, he does. I mean, it's not more than 4 or 5 seconds before he's just coming back with it. Ground ball to the shortstop. First ball put in play. Long throw by shortstop. Gets him at first base. Nice play.
A nice scoop by Kel McCord over at first base as that's Witten at shortstop is able to make the play. When you got a defense behind you like that and you can throw strikes, it can be a tough team to beat, as Piedmont's been competing for state championships and made deep runs in the playoffs here the last 3 or 4 years, and they definitely look like the kind of team that can do that again this year.
Piedmont Athletics, one of the better programs in the county all around. High pop. First baseman calls it, and he's going to take it. Cole McCord for the out, and we got 2 here in the bottom half of the third.
Well, if you're Pleasant Valley, I mean, you got to think at least you're putting the ball in play now. You're not striking out. Maybe would have liked to have had a better at bat there, as that was the first pitch, and he flew out to first base. But they're starting to figure it out a little bit as they're here at the bottom of the order now.
Number 9 hitter, Caden McCurdy. Steps in, he's swinging a miss. Hayes delivers again. Fouled it off, strike 2. At the rate we're going, we'll be out here in about 30 minutes, these two guys.
I'm telling you, it's like a fast pitch softball game. He may work even a little faster than some of the girls we see around here.
He's already ready to go again. Hayes, the lefty, delivers. Change up. Just missed on the inside part of the plate. The home plate umpire checks the first base umpire to see if he went around. I'm not sure what he was doing there. The batter almost looked like he wanted to hit it, but then he tried to get out of the way of it. Ball and 2 strikes. Fastball, swing and a miss. Goes into the mitt. The inning is over. We played 3, 8-0 Piedmont.
Hey,
Hey, common sense.
Whoa, why so slow?
Got internet from the phone company.
And the more things we turn on, the slower everything goes.
No, DSL might have been okay in the past, but not anymore. The more tablets, laptops, and smartphones you have, the more you need the speed of Cable One high-speed internet.
Yeah, I think we've reached a new low and slow.
Yeah. Cable One, it's just common sense.
We go to the top half of the fourth inning. The Piedmont Bulldogs leading 8-0. Looking to go 4-0 in the area. They are playing a doubleheader. They won the first one 6-2. In the nightcap, they are the visiting team, not the home team. And things looking pretty good, as no batters have reached base for Pleasant Valley through 3 innings. In fact, only 2 even put the ball in play.
And that third inning is one of the faster ones you'll ever see in baseball, Brian, as Piedmont went 3 up, 3 down after scoring 8 runs in the first 2 innings. And, of course, Taylor Hayes setting down the Raiders with his up-tempo, quick pace on the mound. Retired 9 straight. So Piedmont can just get at least 2 more runs. And Hayes retired at the top of the order for Pleasant Valley like he did the first time around. I guess it'd be considered a perfect game, even though it'd be 4 innings. But I'm not so sure he wouldn't do that if they went 7 innings anyways, the way he's been pitching.
Getting in his final warm-up tosses, Elijah Borders. Got off to a bit of a rough start as the Bulldogs piled on 8 runs. He only had 1 walk in there. 2 walks, rather, excuse me. But Piedmont came out smoking. Peyton Whitten steps up. Single, fly to right, 1 for 2, and a run scored. Let's see if the Bulldogs can keep up the hitting from the middle of the order. They're 5 for 6. Fastball, got the knees.
Yeah,
again, straight fastballs from Borders.
Yeah, Peyton Whitten, we saw him pitch in the first game. He's headed to Central Alabama Community College next fall.
Line drive to right field, base hit. Right fielder playing in pretty tight. Gonna corral it as Whitten takes a turn around first, and the Bulldogs have the leadoff hitter on here in the top of the 4th.
And that's 2 balls he's hit hard over to the right side. His last at bat, he was able to advance Blanchard over to third on a sac fly. This time this one drops, and he starts the inning off for the Bulldogs in the top of the 4th.
Kirk having a big night stepping into the plate for the Bulldogs. Easton Kirk, he's got a double, a single, 3 RBIs, 2 runs scored. Big lead at first. Ball's high, goes back to the screen, and Whitten is going to motor on down to second base on the wild pitch.
And Kirk had gotten 2 base hits on first pitch swings his first 2 bats, but he definitely wasn't going to swing at that one, as that was well over his head.
The 1-ball pitch, fly ball, left field. Left fielder's going to come over and going to make the play. Beatles catches it. And we got 1 out here in the bottom half of the 4th. Taylor Hayes steps in. He's had a double and a walk, scored a run. Out on the fielder's choice when he was on the bases. See if Hayes can help himself with an RBI.
And what a 1-2 punch at the plate, and Kirk and Hayes, 2 lefties, both got power, both have base hits tonight. Tough to face in the middle of the order for the Bulldogs.
Change up, just missed. Ball on a strike. Beautiful night for baseball. Just a little bit of a chill in the air, but got the corner for a strike. Ball and 2 strikes. Borders not looking the same pitcher as he was in the first couple of innings. Got a little more zip on his fastball. Curveball grounded to second base. Picked up by the second baseman. Throw to first. 2 outs here in the 4th.
And those may have been some of Borders' better pitches there, as he was able to retire a good hitter in Taylor Hayes, but he got out ahead of him, unlike he's been able to do in this game. And through the breaking ball there, he was able to get him to chase and ground out to second base.
Nick Howard making a nice play at second for the Raiders. Swing and a miss. Cole McCord steps in. He's singled, driven in 2 runs, and scored a run. Trying to get the 9th run of the game in for the Piedmont Bulldogs. McCord checks the runner at third. Throws an off-speed pitch. Here's a grounder to short. Throw to first is in time for the out, and the inning is over. We played 4 as we go to the bottom of the 4th. 8-0 Piedmont.
Yes, Mommy's coming over again. Thank you for introducing us. Of course I love him. And he's never late. I'm just so happy. He always seems to know the right thing to do. It's not easy to find someone like that. Yes, I'm going to show him the shower. You're so bad. Oh, gotta go. Bye.
For any residential or commercial plumbing needs, call Ted's Plumbing in Anniston, serving Calhoun and surrounding counties since 1985.
The tire, arguably the most important part of a car. Without it, we could not stop, we could not go, we couldn't drive at all. They come in all sizes, brands, treads, prices, and ratings. How do you know which is the right tire for you? Thankfully, there's Cobb Automotive, and they have been answering this question since 1981. With a large selection of brands and sizes in stock, you are sure to get the right tire for the right price. Cobb Automotive, located on Highway 21 across from Walmart in Oxford, and 2001 Quintard Avenue in Anniston.
We're back here at beautiful Piedmont, Alabama for the White Plains Alexandria game. Is going to be played here on Saturday as we go to Alexandria on the FNN network. It's going to be an outstanding baseball game. Alexandria, one of the top 5A teams. White Plains, one of the top 4A teams.
Yeah, and they're both coming off pretty, you would think would have to be fun and entertaining spring break tournaments, as White Plains went down to Orlando for a trip at Disney World to play in a tournament, in Alexandria, as we talked about earlier, had a good showing down in Gulf Shores as they went 5-0.
Nick Howard leading off. He struck out the first time. Let's see if Pleasant Valley can get anything going. Not had a batter reach, and we're in the 4th. Ground ball to the shortstop. Picked up. Nice throw. In time for the out. Peyton Witten makes a nice play. We got one out here in the bottom of the 4th.
Yeah, Witten with plenty of time over at shortstop. He's able to get the ball, take his time, make the throw over to first base for the 10th straight out for the Bulldogs.
Chris Emerson steps up. He struck out his first time up. And Hayes already ready to pitch. Emerson steps in. Here's the pitch. Fastball high. Swing and a miss. Strike 1.
And you can just tell what a competitor he is. I had a chance to watch him play basketball some this year, and plays football as well. But watch him on the mound. He's really goes after it.
Took a little bit off of that one. Missed high. Ball and a strike. Emerson trying to figure out a way to get on. This ball's fired off the screen. 2 balls and a strike.
That's one of the few times we've seen a ball really get away from him there, Brand, as he's been under control for the most part tonight.
Sometimes that's not a bad idea with nobody on. Just fire one off the screen.
Yeah, he reared back on that one.
Certainly keeps the batters a little looser. Here's a ground ball to the shortstop again. Witten fires to first. Got his man. 2 outs.
Great job by Witten coming up to get that ball. Had he waited back there where he was positioned, so Emerson probably would have been able to beat it out, but being the experienced and intelligent shortstop that he is, he's able to come up on it, scoop it up, and make the quick throw to first to get the second out of the inning.
Another thing he did on that play was he didn't raise up and throw it. He threw it from a kind of like a sidearm position and got a lot on it, too. He got a good arm. Swing and a miss on the knees. Strike 1.
Yeah, Peyton's been playing shortstop for a lot of years now. No, he's a transfer from White Plains, so I had the chance to get to watch him play his 8th and 9th grade years.
Pitch just missing, a little off-speed pitch. 1 ball and 1 strike. We're just zipping right along, Connor.
We are flying through it.
After those first 2 innings. In the dirt, 2 balls and a strike. Hayes fires, popped it up foul. Straight back, 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Yeah, and when he's pitching, Brand, you almost don't want to say anything because you're afraid you'll miss something, because he just, before you know it, he's up there on the mound and zipping it up there. He's
not much time for a color commentator to get anything in.
That's right. It feels like a basketball game.
It's like a hurry-up offense in football.
I know it.
Here's the pitch. Line drive down the right field line. Out of play. Starting to get a little bit around on. This is the number 3 hitter for the Raiders.
Yeah, they're putting the ball in play now.
In the dirt. Nice stop by Bayer. Keeps it in front of him. 3 balls and 2 strikes.
Good job by Borders holding off on that one. One of the few full counts we've seen tonight with Hayes in the mound. So Borders will look to reach base somehow here.
3-2. Grounded to third. It's going to be a tough play. Nice job by the third baseman. The inning is over. He's perfect through 4. 8-0 Piedmont.
At RMC,
Oops, had a fender bender? Have them tow it or take it yourself to Wesley's Paint and Body. Baker Reynolds and his guys have been this area's go-to team for quality automotive body repair and paint work for years. All makes and models, foreign or domestic. They take them crashed and make them look like new. And with Wesley's larger new facility, including 2 full-size paint booths, they can get you fixed up fast. Always free estimates, best price on repair work, insurance claims welcomed, and service with a smile. That's Wesley's Paint and Body, Highway 78 East in Anniston.
It's slow buffering. Common sense here. Oh, hey, Doc. Your monster seems a little slow.
Well, I powered him with the internet from the phone company.
You need Cable One high-speed internet. It's 10 times faster than DSL.
DSL. Ah!
Cable One high-speed internet.
It's monstrously fast.
Casey Cochran in the game for the Pleasant Valley Raiders as he takes Drew Bond's place behind the plate. So the Raiders got a new catcher in the rotation.
Yeah, we've got, let's see, it's Bear coming up to bat for the Bulldogs, the catcher for Piedmont.
Bulldogs hoping to get 2 runs here and get up by 10 and get out in the bottom of the 5th inning and take this game to the house.
And Hayes still perfect through 4 innings. Yet to allow a base runner. Pleasant Valley's been able to put the ball in play a little bit more, but he's still just in control of this one.
So far, Pleasant Valley has only hit 4 ground balls and 1 pop-up. The rest of them, no contact in their first 12 hitters.
And I'd like to see what his strike to ball or walks ratio would be. I mean, typically in high school baseball, you'd like for that to at least be 2 to 1, but like you said, I mean, he had 31 straight scoreless innings. You got to think that he doesn't walk much, as yet to walk a batter tonight. That's something that's a real luxury to have as a high school baseball coach, a pitcher like that.
You know, Oxford 3 years ago had 4. Oh, look out! Little chin music. Might have nipped him on the way by. Bear. He is hit by the pitch. Little chin music here in Piedmont. Maybe a little frustration letting off. Don't know.
Yeah, luckily for Bear, it didn't hit him square on the back. It looked like it just kind of scraped him a little bit, but those still hurt nonetheless with those seams.
He's got a courtesy runner in for him, as they do for the catchers and pitchers. Borders looks at first, fires another one right at the head of Ryan Atkins, and has certainly got the Piedmont dugout alive. You get 2 right at the head like that.
Yeah, I don't think there's really anything behind that. I mean, you're down 8-0. I haven't seen anything that's going on in this game that would really.
Line drive hit into right center field. Ryan Atkins just tattooed it. They're going to hold the runner at third. The cutoff throw is cut off by Borders, and we got runners on the corners, first and third, with nobody out here in the 5th inning.
Well, that's Atkins' second hit tonight. He's got 2 singles. Looked like he might get an RBI there, but third base coach held up the pinch runner that came in from Bear that was on second base.
Jackson 0 for 2, both of them strikeouts. You got to think maybe they might try to bunt him this time. Move the runner up, at least get something out of the at-bat. And they are going to bunt him. Takes it outside, 1 ball, no strikes.
Yeah, and you thought this might be a real chance for Pleasant Valley to extend this game with 7, 8, 9 up to bat. Of course, Piedmont's only got to score 2 more runs for it to be mercy rule. Pleasant Valley would get 1 more at bat, but so far you got 2 guys on base.
Ball is low and outside, bounces way up in the air. The runner at first. Atkins takes it down to second. Now they got runners at second and third with a 2-0 count. And really, Borders has been all over the place here in his first 7 or 8 pitches of this inning.
And he's thrown a lot of pitches, Brent. I mean,
yeah.
Through 4 innings. He's had several walks, a lot of base runners, 8 runs, 8 hits, 9 hits.
Here's the 2-0. Got the corner on the knees. 2 balls and 1 strike.
And you really want to get this out here if you're Borders with the top of the order coming up. You don't want to walk. You don't want to give up any more runs. So it's a real chance to hold them in check.
Jackson takes the 2-1. Swing and a miss. Ball goes back to the screen. Again, the Pleasant Valley runner on third not getting a real big jump off the base.
Yeah, I don't think they're too worried about it with no outs. Guys on second and third. That kid looks quick enough to get there, but yeah, you would at least like to see him make a move towards the plate.
Yeah. He's not very far off the base. He could be getting off another 2 or 3 steps. Swing and a miss. Just got him with another fastball, and Jackson just overpowered so far on the night.
Watching him over there at third base, though, Brent, and talking about your approach at third base to pass balls at White Plains with Coach Hudson, the way he'd make us do it. I'm not sure how you did it, but whenever that ball is thrown, instead of getting your secondary, your toes would be pointed towards home plate in a running position.
Here's a grounder to the pitcher. He looks to third, throws to first, got the out. 2 outs here in the top half of the 5th inning.
But what that would allow you to do on third base is go ahead and have your body, pointed towards home plate in a running position. That way you can get a good jump.
If you see that ball get away, you take off.
Right, give you a better chance.
Yeah, first of all, you get off as far as the third baseman's away from the bag, and then as the pitcher pitches, you take another couple steps and you're on your toes. Here's a ground ball to the shortstop. Long throw is going to be a low hop. It's going to go past the first baseman, and that's going to allow Piedmont to score 2 runs, and it's 10-0. Probably had the throw beat, but probably go as a hit and an error, maybe a 2-run score.
And the way we've been seeing him thrown over at shortstop tonight, he's just kind of been on easier plays. He's kind of been lobbing it over there. Hasn't really put any zip behind it. So whenever he made that play in the gap, he's going to have to put a pretty good throw behind it. Just was unable to do that as it got away. And Pleasant Valley's had a couple of crucial pass balls tonight, or overthrows at first base.
10-0. Bulldogs on top as Peyton Whitten steps in. He's 2 for 3 on the night. 2 singles. Got a run scored. 1 ball and no strikes. Pitch to Whitten. Oh, I think he wanted that one, but he didn't pull the trigger. Ball and a strike. Borders taking a while as he checks the runner at second. Throws it in the dirt. Catcher digs it out. That's Casey Cochran in there behind the plate.
I mentioned before that Peyton Whitten's actually headed to Central Alabama Community College. I'll be kind of curious to see how they use him, whether he'll be a pitcher only or play somewhere in the field.
High pop. Second baseman under it. Going to make the play. Nick Howard, and the inning is over. 10-0 as we go to the bottom half of the 5th.
Being a doctor, I know the symptoms of a heart attack. To experience them yourself is something completely different. When I woke up with severe pain in my arms and chest, I hesitated. When the pain persisted, I chose RMC. Thanks to RMC's staff and Dr. Yamamura, my bypass surgery was a success. It's comforting to know we have quality doctors right here in Calhoun County. Regional Medical Center, advanced technology, advanced care.
Have you got the new car itch but don't want to take the plunge with a brand new car? How about getting the most car for the money at Avery Auto Sales? They have a large selection of cars with even some 2014s in the mix. And if you're worried about your credit, don't. They can help get you back on your credit feet with guaranteed approval. Check them out online at AveryAutoSales.net. Then when you see something you like, call them at 256-835-8897 for a test drive. Or just go by. Avery Auto Sales is located on Highway 78 East between Highway 78 and Snow Street in Oxford. That's Avery Auto Sales.
Taylor Hayes, you see him on the mound going after a little bit of history here, trying to throw a perfect game and a no-hitter right here on FNN. Be great to get a perfect game if we can get one. Don't want to jinx him any, but I don't think he needs any jinxing tonight. He's struck out 7 batters. And he's been perfect through 4.
Yeah, Brandy struck out 7, but 5 out of the last 6 batters for Pleasant Valley have put the ball in play. So you got to think, if you're Coach Hamby, it's a little bit promising.
4, 5, and 6 coming up. Let's see if Hayes knows this could be his last inning if he doesn't amp it up just a little bit. Ball low and in the dirt. 1-0.
Last inning, his defense really made some great plays behind him to keep this perfect game going, especially at third.
Ball inside, 2-0. Of course, a walk would do away with the perfect game, but keep the no-hitter intact, and he throws this one off the umpire.
Let's just quit talking about it, Brent. I think we're jinxing him a bit.
Well,
first 3-0 count of the night.
Well, he has no chance of getting a no-hitter or a perfect game, so don't worry about it.
He's battled back all night, though, so.
Fouled off. Pleasant Valley swinging away on 3-0. His cleanup hitter. Coach Hamby says go after it.
Why not?
You're down 10-0. You have nothing to lose.
Why not just swing for the fence if you can hit the ball just right with that fast velocity that Hayes has on the ball? You might have a chance of hitting it somewhere hard.
3-1, ball high. That'll be a walk, and there goes the perfect game. Now we're looking for a no job. R.J. Simpson steps into the box. Of course, a run here, Pleasant Valley just trying to extend the game another inning. First time from the stretch. Ball bouncing off the dugout. Headed right toward our thing over there, but it hits the fence, fortunately. No balls and 1 strike.
Yeah, Hayes will run on first, having to do something he hasn't done all night with checking the runner.
Yeah.
But being a lefty, he should be okay with doing that.
Here's the pitch, change up. This time it's fouled into the Pleasant Valley dugout. No balls and 2 strikes.
Lefties are just so hard. Not that Pleasant Valley's thinking about stealing here. I mean, down 10-0, you're just trying to take it 1 base at a time. But they're so hard to steal on. I mean, it's hard to know whether or not they're going towards the plate.
There he goes, as you say, swing and a miss. Throw to second in time, but he gets away from the second baseman. The runner hits it at the same time. So we got 1 out with a runner on second.
And Drew Lewiski's playing like it's a 2-1 game, swinging at the plate. Up 3-0, stealing, down 10-0. He doesn't care. He just wanted to do something to help his team out. As he's got some speed.
He had 2 strikes on him. I guess he felt like he had to do something, but he was taking some big cuts.
No, he was.
Hunter Beadle steps in. There's a fly ball to right field. The second baseman going out. He's going to make a nice catch. Throw to second. He's out. Game's over. Piedmont ends a no-hitter. As it's 5, fly to 4 to 6, and Connor, great finish.
Yeah, congrats to Taylor Hayes throwing the no-hitter. 1 batter short, 1 base runner short of throwing a perfect game, but Pleasant Valley now 4-0 in the area. They'll look to continue that tomorrow night in the tiebreaker game as they play Weaver next week in the last area series.
Well, once again, Piedmont winning 10-0 on a no-hitter by Taylor Hayes.
This is a national.
This internet from the phone company is really slow. We should switch.
It's good enough. I think we can close.
Doctor, that's duct tape.
It's good enough.
Common sense here. You know, good enough isn't good enough. You need the fastest internet you can get, and that's Cable One high-speed internet. It's 10 times faster than DSL.
You know, enough with good enough.
Sounds great, hon.
Cable One, it's just common sense.
Do you owe the IRS back taxes? Are you being threatened with levies or garnishments? Is the IRS investigating or auditing you? Don't call the IRS alone. Let our experts negotiate for you so you pay the IRS as little as possible. If you owe $10,000 or more in back taxes to the IRS, call now and see if you qualify to pay less.
An important message for Americans in need of health insurance. If there's been a recent change in your life, you are eligible for immediate protection under the Affordable Care Act. If you're uninsured because you missed the enrollment deadline, we can help. To get the protection you need, you can visit the Healthcare Exchange and spend hours exploring your options. Or you can make a single call to Health Markets and let us do the legwork for you at no cost or obligation. Health Markets Insurance Agency searches thousands of health insurance plans on the exchange and off from more than 120 leading companies like United Healthcare, Humana, and more. We'll find you the right insurance coverage and guarantee the lowest price for plans we offer. And if you qualify for a government subsidy, we'll make sure you get the tax credits you deserve. Talk to us on the phone or meet with a local licensed representative. Why pay more than you have to or risk going without the coverage you need? Put our free service to work for you.
Call 800-797-1292. 800-797-1292.
Who did you let down today? Your wife? Your kids? Well, how about yourself? Take a look in the mirror. If you're tired of your drug and alcohol problem, you need to fix the problem, and right now, before you hurt or kill yourself, or worse yet, somebody else. Call the addiction specialist now at the Reset Addiction Treatment Helpline. 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. We'll find you the right treatment regardless of your financial situation. When you call right now, you'll speak to a recovering addict who understands what you're going through right now. Let us help you break your addiction to drug and alcohol before it's too late. This call is completely confidential and free. So take 5 minutes of your time and call us right now. We're here answering the phone. I promise it'll change your life.
Call right now, 1-877-798-5754. 1-877-798-5754. That's 1-877-798-5754. 1-877-798-5754.
The field out here, just a beautiful place to play baseball at Piedmont. Okay, who we got here? Okay, Taylor, hey, nice job tonight. You got a no-hitter, too. How's it feel?
Feels good. Just came out and threw my game, and everybody in the field backed me up. So.
Yeah, you had some nice plays, especially that one play at third base there at the end of the fourth inning.
Oh, yes, sir. I mean, they work on that every day when taking infield, so, I mean, he's just used to it, come up and make a good play.
What's your strategy on the mound? You don't walk very many. Do you use your fastball to set up your other pitches, or?
Yeah, I try to. I just try to get ahead in the count and then able to use my breaking ball after that to try to get some strikeouts.
Well, you're a quick worker, too. We love to watch you work.
Yes, sir.
I mean, you just get that ball and you just go right at it. That's something you just try to quick pitch them every now and then, or?
Not really. I just get in the groove and just throwing.
Well, a great game, perfect game.
Appreciate it.
Almost there, except for that one little walk. Thank you.
Thank you.
Come on in here, Bailey. Yeah, tell us a little bit about that last play there. You played second, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, about that double play.
Actually, that was Tyler Lusk.
Oh, was it?
Yes,
okay.
sir. Yes, sir. He does a great job. We kind of rotate right there, and just depending on who's pitching. But Tyler did a great job on that play.
Were you guys kind of getting in the swing of things? Last time I saw you, it's almost like you walked off the bus out of Birmingham into the county tournament and got a hit in your first at bat.
Yes, sir. It felt good to get a hit that first at bat. It gave me a little bit of confidence, especially coming off of that. But it was a good ride in basketball, and we're real proud of that. And we look to go far in baseball too.
Okay, thanks a lot. I'll see if we can get your dad to come over here and talk with us just a minute. Let him hurry over here. But Pleasant Valley losing tonight to Piedmont 10-0. We're going to try to get Coach Blanchard over here. Thanks, Coach. We appreciate you coming out here. But hey, things look real well for you to sweep a doubleheader.
Yes, sir. We had a little bit of adversity today, and I think they handled it real well coming out here and playing today and hit the ball really well.
Well, tell us about your pitching. I mean, what a combo you got on your pitching staff.
We do. Peyton Winton pitched good today. Then Tyler Lusk come in. He's our closer. He kind of closing in. Taylor Hayes is our number 2, and then we'll throw Bailey Blanchard tomorrow, which is our number 3. And all 4 of them guys throw really well.
Well, you're 4-0. We talked last time we talked was at the tournament over there, the county tournament, and you just had gotten your guys together. You're about where you think you need to be now as you get ready for the stretch drive, getting your players in there.
We are. We're a few games behind because of the rain and all that.
Yeah.
We're probably double what we'd play right now, but it is what it is, and I think we're coming around. I mean, I think we're starting to gel a little bit. We went to Gulf Shores last week and had a little bonding trip down there and did very well down there. So come back and play Gadsden City on Saturday and hit the ball well, won 9-6, and I think they're starting to gel at the right time. So.
Well, Coach, we appreciate it. We always love coming here. Beautiful field, and thanks a lot.
Thank you, sir.
And that's our story here tonight from Piedmont as the Piedmont Bulldogs sweep 2 games and go to 4-0 in the area. Pleasant Valley 0-4 in the area, and we'll be with you coming up this Saturday as we do the White Plains from Alexandria game.
Have you got the new car itch but don't want to take the plunge with a brand new car? How about getting the most car for the money at Avery Auto Sales? They have a large selection of cars with even some 2014s in the mix. And if you're worried about your credit, don't. They can help get you back on your credit feet with guaranteed approval. Check them out online at AveryAutoSales.net. Then when you see something you like, call them at 256-835-8897 for a test drive. Or just go by. Avery Auto Sales is located on Highway 78 East between Highway 78 and Snow Street in Oxford. That's Avery Auto Sales.
Listen, if we even think you owe us money, you won't know what hit you. We'll put liens on everything you own. Raid your bank accounts, retirement fund, pension. You'll open up your paycheck and cry because we'll already have the money. We'll haul you into federal court and you might even go to jail. Hey, it's our job.
Don't fight the IRS alone. The Tax Doctor is here to help you negotiate your tax bill and reduce your stress. Our experts will fight for you using IRS guidelines to stop any IRS actions like bank levies or wage garnishments. Plus, eliminate penalties and interest and reduce your past tax bill so you pay the IRS less. Help is here to deal with the IRS to reduce your stress. If you owe $10,000 or more in back taxes, do not call the IRS alone. Call a tax doctor now for a tax emergency analysis.
I'd have my mom call the number on the screen. You come see me alone. We'll work it out. Really, we will.
This has been an exclusive sports production of FNN, the Friday Night Network.